What's going on, family? It's your man, Miami Patron, back for another video, and I got something special for you guys. If you haven't seen my Instagram, I've been talking about this young, astonishing young lady, Miss Maddy. I put her on my Instagram story yesterday. I'm actually gonna have her contact below, but guys, let me tell you something special. I met her about what, 4 weeks ago? Yeah, at the last paradigm shift. And let me tell you, when I heard her story and what she's doing, not only in her life but in the lives of other people, it completely inspired me. You guys already know I always come with energy, I always come with enthusiasm, and she just brings out another level of excitement in me. So what I'm gonna be doing in this video is we're gonna be sharing her story, where she came from, what she's doing now, where she wants to go. And let me tell you this, if you stay for this video, you're gonna be so excited, you're gonna be jumping out of this keyboard wanting to message her and wanting to do something special. All right guys, so let's go ahead and start with Miss Maddy. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Where are you from?
Hey guys, my name is Madison Dalmaso. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. And want me to just get into how we started?
Yeah.
Okay.
So by the way, how old are you?
So I'm 23 years old. Yeah, you're 23. We're both 23. Jordan
I just turned 24. Just turned 24 2 weeks ago. So I'm a little bit older here. So guys, you know what inspired me? Because we have to start with a little bit of numbers before you even want to watch this video. How much have you made in the last couple months here?
So in the last couple of months, in 3 months, I made about $300,000. Yeah, but $100K a month.
$100,000 a month, guys. That is it. But it's not about the money; it's about what she's doing to change people's lives in the process. But we got to tell you some numbers, so you guys are excited to watch the rest of the video. Okay, so let's go for how do you even get started? Like, what is it that you're actually doing now? We're actually in the same business. We're working with Bob Proctor, but what are you doing now as far or how did you even get started with this?
Sure, so like some of you watching this, I went through traditional schooling. And I went through grade school, high school, then college. And I remember I went to Kent State University for 2 years. And I remember I was going for fashion design. And I was in sewing class and I'm sewing the thread together and I'm just like thinking, like looking up, like seriously, is this what I'm gonna be doing? And it was that was a very defining moment for me, because it was at that point where I switched my degree from fashion to business. I knew that if I did have a fashion line, it was not going to be sewing clothes, I was going to be the CEO of it. So I needed a business degree. And it was at that point where I really had to put my ego aside and transfer back home to a state school called Fitchburg State. I did not want to go there, but I also knew the value of not being in 6 figures of debt when I graduated. So I kind of bit the bullet and transferred home, got the piece of paper, got the degree. And from then on, I did not want to go into 9 to 5. Some of you watching this, you feel like you have this monster in you, like this thing that's just like craving to be expressed. And you have no idea what that means, you have no idea where to start, you have no idea what that even looks like for you. If you have that, I had the same thing, and all I knew was that a 9 to 5 was not my answer. And so I started getting into network marketing, personal development, I started reading books, I started getting around my dad, he's always been an entrepreneur. And obviously you don't want to work, I didn't want to work with my dad for a while. I was like daddy's business. I didn't want to fit into that cliche, working for your parents, right? But he was the only person in my immediate circle who was living a life that I desired. And so I became his assistant. I again swallowed my ego and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna learn from you. I'll be your assistant and I'll learn the business from the bottom up. And it was then where he introduced me to Bob Proctor and what we study now. And I'll tell you, at first I didn't believe in it. I didn't believe in myself. I thought it was woo-woo witchcraft. Seriously.
So they may not actually know what Bob Proctor, what we actually do with Bob Proctor as consultants. So what is it that you saw as woo-woo? So let's tell a little bit more about what is it that you do.
So Bob is the #1 world's most, I would say, leader in personal development, in the human mind and human potential and wealth building, right? He's the only one alive. He was talking about it this week with us. He's the only one alive that's teaching what he's teaching now, and he's the best of the best. He's been doing it for 59 years now. And so what he teaches you is how to take a thought in the conscious mind and turn it into a physical thing. It's manifestation 101. Okay, but I heard the word manifestation and I was like, I don't know.
I've seen some of those videos on YouTube before, like little meditations and stuff. But
make your vision board, do all these, and I was just like, all right, like let's get on with it. What do I really need to do, right? And so what Bob does is he teaches you how to do that. He teaches you how to use your instrument, right? Our body is just an instrument of the mind. And he teaches us how to connect the dots in our minds so that we can create the ideal life that we really want to create. And that's what I've been doing ever since.
Exactly. It's using the science and psychology to manifest whatever, or create and attract whatever it is that you want. I've talked about this in some of the other videos. Not what we want, but what is it that you want, and getting very clear on what is it that you want, and then helping you put together I would say like a physical game plan, but a spiritual game plan to achieve what it is that you want. So that's basically how we're helping people. Okay. So you got started in this business, right? You swallowed your ego. You were working with your dad, but then there was a point where it's like, okay, I want to become my own. All right. So tell us like how that feeling was and what you did to make that transition.
Sure, yeah. So I was his assistant and I was learning social media, marketing, email campaigns, how to work with people, management, everything from the bottom up. QuickBooks, I mean, I learned numbers, I learned everything. I like to say I got a business degree in 4 months. And I had just graduated from 4 years of actual school, and in 4 months I learned way more than I ever learned actually in the classroom, which is just...
That's how it always is. And you guys already know this too, right?
You already know. And I started getting these ideas, right? I'm like, oh, that monster inside me, it just kept speaking. It's like, you're worth more, you're worth more, you're worth more. You can be doing anything that you want. And I was kind of wrestling around with it, trying to squish those ideas down because I was so afraid of what that looked like. I didn't know what success looked like. I thought 100K a year was good money. You make that in a month now. You know, I thought that was good money. I thought that was my cap. I thought you were successful if you earned that. And so what I did, I started studying, really studying this stuff. I mean, what he teaches, what we teach, it's invaluable. So I really started sinking my teeth into it. I started taking it very seriously. I applied myself day in and day out. The first thing that I went for was, I used to affirm all the time. I didn't want to tell my dad that I wanted to be his business partner because I didn't feel worthy of it at that point, honestly. And so what I did is I kept affirming, I'm so happy and grateful now that my dad gives me the opportunity to shine. Okay, and that sounds crazy, it sounds woo-woo magic, but you gotta think, like what we're doing, 100K months, okay, or, the masses of thinking, 100K a year. It's like, what result do you want, and who are you gonna listen to?
Observe the masses and do the opposite.
You can be with the sheeple, or you can be with the... What?
The people.
The people.
We're the people, right?
I don't know. Yeah. So I really started digging myself into this material, guys. I really took it seriously. I started studying it on a daily basis. And within 6 months, I had my dream car. And I'm sure he can link the videos below, but it's...
Yeah, we'll put the link to the
totally
video.
Different person.
Yeah, we'll put the video below. So to get this clear, so she set a goal of she wanted to get a Range Rover, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And at the time, she was telling me yesterday, she was nowhere even close to it. Her bank account did not reflect Range Rover, right? But what happened was within 6 months of using the material that Bob teaches, she was able to actually accomplish that. And I actually saw that in her story, on her Instagram story. Make sure you follow her below. I'll put her Instagram, and that's one of the things that inspired me the most, right?
Yeah, so when I set that goal, again, practicing what we teach and what we now, what we're preaching every day, I decided to put myself in the student position and really dig in, like I've been telling you guys. And my first goal, I was like, well, if I can have anything that I want, then I want my dream car.
Awesome.
I had always wanted a Range Rover, and there wasn't, the money was not in my bank account. There was no physical results that said, oh, Maddy, you deserve a Range Rover. Maddy, you can get a Range Rover. No. My own mom, love her to bits, love her so much, but she was like, you're gonna go into debt. She's like, you don't wanna do that to yourself. It's gonna be such a burden, But again, what results do you want? You want, results of millionaires? Or do you want results of the masses? So who are you listening to? Right? So I didn't listen to that feedback. I didn't listen to anyone that said anything negative about what I wanted. And I just laser focused for 6 months, and lo and behold, my income increased. I got into sales. I became my dad's business partner. And, within a matter of 6 months, it was in my physical world.
Crazy. So now the question is this. Okay, so we know where you came from. We know where you're at right now. And now we want to know, at 23 years old, right? We're so young. I'm thinking a couple months older than you, right? Where do you see yourself going, from here?
So, my mission, and I've come to find out his mission is quite similar to mine, is really to get this in every single corner of the world. It's really to open up people our age, they're not thinking. I was not thinking. You're not thinking, probably. You're probably not thinking.
You think you're thinking,
you think you're thinking. It's just mental activity. But you're not thinking. I'm telling you, you're not thinking. And so my goal is to start speaking in college stages, high school stages. I don't know where the money's going to come from that, but I just know that it needs to be heard. The message needs to get out. And I want to go on world tours and speak on stages and just blow blow it up with this
10X Con.
information.
That's actually how we connected, huh?
It
That was
is,
one of them,
yeah.
10X Con. Guys, you know this vision that
Might see us on 10X, Grant, if you're watching this.
Hey, what's up, Grant? I'll send you a message, man. But that's amazing. That's amazing. We have very similar goals. It's actually crazy now that we think about it. And I'm gonna ask you one final question here. So that's so great that what we do, right? You got the Range Rover. You're earning $100,000 a month. But like, how can they watching this right now? How can they benefit from this video? Like, what's one takeaway that they can have, that they can take action for to make a small change in their life today?
It's a loaded question. The one thing I would tell you to do is to build a life script. And that's a whole nother video. Maybe we can do a video on that. But if you Google life script, I'm sure you'll find something. I would create one of those and start listening to it every single day. It's basically you talking to yourself about where you're going in the future and how to become the best version of yourself. It's auto-suggestion. If you read the book Think and Grow Rich, go to chapter 4 and read that baby every single day. I mean, seriously, like dive into that book. If you haven't got it, get it. That's where both of us, I mean, you've read it, I've read it, my dad's read it, Bob studies it every single day. Now, the thing with Think and Grow Rich is that some people read it and become millionaires. Some people read it and nothing changes. So what's the difference, right? We teach that difference, right? We give you the roadmap of how to get from A to Z. If it wasn't for the program that we facilitate, I would not be here.
I agree.
And so I'd be doing you a disservice if I just said, oh, go Google this and go do this and go get this book, because that wasn't enough for me. I needed a mentor, I needed a coach, I needed direction, I needed someone to grab my hand and say, I've got you, and I believe in you. And so I would say, get a mentor, you know, get a mentor.
That's it. And Bob is one of the best mentors. As you guys know, I've been around the social media, and not to say bad about any other mentors, right, that are out there, especially ones that are leading the social media fields, the ones in Miami, the ones in New York, right? I don't have to say names here, but let me tell you this, I've been around and I've met all these Instagram guys, I've met the influencers, and let me tell you, what Bob is teaching is real mentorship. It is real substance. I was having a conversation with somebody in the car about this. Like, it's not about, and you guys watching this, you're probably doing the social media. You see the guys with the Gucci shoes, all the nice stuff, and they have this image of themselves on social media, right? The Gucci, right? But they have this image, and you're attracted to that image because you want that stuff. But then when you get to meet the people, know the principles behind them, you realize like, yo, I don't know if I really want to be like you. I want to have what you have, but I don't want to be like you. Somebody like Bob Proctor at 86 years old, I think he is, right? Still on stages, still changing lives. He's been a millionaire years ago, but still out here making moves. And the information that he's teaching, we need to bring to the masses. That's why we're making this YouTube video. We are here to expand the masses. Right now, I think there's only, what, 1,800 consultants? Right?
Yeah.
1,800 consultants. We need 300,000 consultants. We need people out there spreading the message, out there sharing this information, sharing what Bob has to teach. Because when he's gone one day, this information will still be here. And it's our duty as millennials and young people here. If you're watching this video under the age of 30, you're young, right? We have.
If you're over 30, you're still young in the mind.
Yeah, you're still young,
so
right? But in the millennial sense, right? When I say millennials, we have a service to bring this to the masses, to weed out all the noise that's on social media, all your private jet that you photoshopped and stuff, right? But bring real substance, real connections, real relationship, real tools of the universe, and really learning how to think. Bring this to the masses, and with this YouTube channel, with us doing this together, we're gonna do something special. Okay, any last message you want to leave?
if you are watching this video and you're feeling like you resonate with our words and you are in alignment with what we're saying, then reach out to one of us or both of us. We'd love to chat with you. The power of asking is huge, right? I used to be afraid to ask questions or to, put myself out there to get more information, but the power of connection and just asking questions is huge. So if you resonate, find a way to reach out and connect, because that's the only way things start.
Definitely, and the best way to wereach out, number one, is subscribe, because we're gonna be doing a lot.
Click the button below and the bell.
And hit that little bell, right? Subscribe. We're gonna be bringing great content, have great people coming. Subscribe so you get these videos. But number two, send us a message. I have my Instagram below. I'm gonna have hers below. Send us a message. If you resonate with Miss Maddy, right? Send her a message. She's gonna message you back. It's okay. Ask her questions, right?
Really.
Send me a message. We're here to see how we can help you reach whatever it is that you want. Not for us, but for you. Get clear on what is that you want. If you don't know what you want, that's okay.
I had no idea what I wanted.
but now you do.
Now I do. I had
So
no
will you.
idea. I thought I was going to be a store manager my whole life. So
And so will you. Guys, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank Miss Maddy for coming on.
thank you for having me.
And I'll see you guys next time. Miami Patron out.